Turning my puppy into a keycap part 1. This keycap is inspired by my Mochi, Choya. She loves wearing cute outfits, and I wanted to design a keycap that really captures her look and happy personality. I also decided to name this character Mochi because I was envisioning something soft and cute. The first step is 3D modeling everything in Maya. I start with the base shape I made, then slowly add on more features. And what I'm doing here is called poly modeling, which is basically working with geometric shapes by moving their vertices, edges, and faces around. My goal is to keep everything clean and round, make sure the sculpt is symmetrical, and set things up so it'll be easy to cast later on. Here I'm sculpting Mochi's tail. Decided to go with a fluffy shape to make a gentle, rounded silhouette. Now the most exciting part in my opinion is adding the accessories. I'm making a little ribbon, and to make it feel more playful, I kept it slightly asymmetrical. I actually started designing Mochi back in August, but didn't fully finalize her until October. Modeling isn't usually something I finish in one sitting. I like to step away and come back to it later. Taking breaks always helps me see the design with fresh eyes and catch details I might have missed before. And this is my favorite design element, Mochi's beret. It's inspired by Choya style and also Chloe from Beverly Hills, Chihuahua. I wanted it to look cozy and knit, so I extruded alternating faces to create a woven texture. Once I was almost done with the sculpt, I added color as a digital mock-up just to see how the keycap might look in real life. I also adjusted the ears so the inner part sticks out a bit more, and this helps me cast it in a different color later on. Of course, I also added some little stars on the beret because more details are always better. Here's a full 360 view of Mochi so far. Once I was happy with everything, I sliced the file and sent it off for 3D printing. About 3 hours later, the first Mochi prototype was done printing, and I gave her a wash and an alcohol bath. But while cleaning Mochi, I realized her mouth was a bit too small. This happens because when I'm modeling, I zoom way in on the tiny details, so it's hard to judge the real scale of things until I hold a physical prototype. So I went back into Maya, resized some features, and printed Mochi again. This time her mouth came out so much more readable and defined. Now that we have our perfect Mochi prototype, see you in part 2 for the mold making process.